Psalm 116, 1 and 2 says, I love the Lord because he has heard my voice and my pleas for mercy. Because he inclined his ear to me, therefore I will call on him as long as I live. There are several prayer lessons in just these two short verses. First of all, he begins with saying, I love the Lord. Have you ever just stopped in prayer and said, Lord, I love you? Have you ever told somebody, I love Jesus? In your prayer time, just pause for a moment and express your affection to God. The second thing is that he notes that God hears his prayers. Not only does he hear them, but he's actually listening for them. God inclines his ear to us. Have you ever thought about that? In this day and age, we say, hey, Siri, and, Siri's listening for us to call her name. But have you ever thought that your Creator, the God Almighty, the King of Kings, has inclined his ear? This also brings to the fact that God's been faithful. So in your prayer time, do you stop and not just think, wow, he's listening and he's been listening, but God's been faithful? How does he know that God has heard his prayers? Because God's been answering his prayers. Do you stop in your prayer time and just recount God's faithfulness? Do you ever keep a prayer journal or a post-it note of what you're praying about and then go back and write the praise and the thanks because God answered that prayer? So many things. But then here's something that people don't do very often. Do you incline your ear to God? I know that I race into my prayer room some days, or I'm on a phone call, I need to make a decision. I'm like, Lord, please guide me in this. Give me some direction. Lord, I need an answer. And then I go racing off somewhere else, and I can almost see God at his throne going, hold on a second. I thought you wanted some direction. I thought you wanted an answer. Let me encourage you during your prayer time that you incline your ear to God, that you just sit quietly and listen. If you get distracted and your mind wanders, just bring it back to God and listen for his direction because he's inclining his ear to you. God bless.